Hello and good morning. In our today's lecture, we are interested in discussing the introduction to drugs. So, let us start by defining what is drug. When we say drug, it's a chemical substance. It's a chemical substance that can alter the function of a living system, the function of a living system. This is simple definition of a drug. Chemical substance that can alter the function of a living system. Now, in our body we have different living systems like the respiratory system, we have cardiovascular system, we have reproductive system, different systems in our body. This system, they have different functions. If we give a substance that can alter, for instance, something that can alter the rate of respiration by either increasing the rate or decreasing the rate of respiration, that substance by definition can be regarded as a drug. This function again mark this function because this function can be normal function, physiological function, or it can be abnormal function. A drug can alter physiological function or pathophysiological function, as we will see later by God's grace. Now, the use of drug in the field of medical sciences is very, very important. In fact, drugs are nowadays the mainstay in the field of medical sciences. Look at this diagram, it's very, very important. When you are healthy, you are fit, your body is said to be functioning under physiology, under physiological condition. This is physiology, meaning you are healthy. But if there is deviation from this normal condition, then we say the body is now under pathophysiology. The body is now under pathophysiology. Now, drugs, this is where drugs come in. Okay, in most of the times when you are sick, you rush to the hospital in search for a treatment. Okay, this treatment can be either non-pharmacological treatment or pharmacological. Once we say pharmacological, meaning drug is involved. Okay, so here you need what? You need pharmacological intervention in most of the time, and that's where drugs come in. In fact, the word drug is derived from pharmakon, a Greek word that is called pharmakon, which means drug. So when we say pharmacological, this is what we mean. Now, you see this simple diagram is what is referred as central medical dogma. From being healthy, physiology, to abnormal condition, unhealthy or sick, pathophysiology, then pharmacology or drugs will be used in order to restore the normalcy from pathophysiology back to physiology. The use of drugs has been in use for several years. Drugs have been in use for several years, for several centuries. Let me say drugs versus ancient people. Ancient people use different substances like plant materials, animal excreta, mineral resources to treat their illnesses. So they use different natural substances around them in order to treat their illnesses. And the use of chemical started later after this period, because it was reported the use of chemical as drug started in 18th century. 18th century, that was when the use of chemicals as drugs started. Use of chemicals as drugs started. Ancient people in their era, in their time, they use more of natural substances. Yes, but in 18th century, the use of chemicals started. And here, scientists made a lot of attempts in order to discover chemical substances that can be used as drugs. And the first synthetic drug that was discovered was chloral hydrate. Okay, chloral hydrate was the first synthetic drug discovered by scientists in the year 1869. And it was used as sedative, hypnotic, mainly in the treatment of insomnia. After chloral hydrate, another drug was discovered, acetanilide. Acetanilide was discovered in 1888 And acetanilide was discovered by accident. It was reported that acetanilide, the prescription actually was carrying naphthalene. Then the dispensing scientist then, instead of formulating naphthalene, he formulated acetanilide. And that's how acetanilide came into existence, and it was used as analgesic as well as antipyretic. These two drugs are considered as the first synthetic drugs to be considered. And beautifully, the two drugs were discovered in Germany. The two drugs were discovered in Germany. So we can see Germany has been a great nation when it comes to modern drug discovery. In fact, the first institute for the study of drugs was built in Germany. Okay, first institute. The first institute of pharmacology for the study of drugs, okay, was built in Germany by a great scientist that is called Rudolf Buchem. Yes, Rudolf Buchem was the first scientist to build an institute purposely for the study of drugs, and this was in Germany. After his death, his student and disciple Oswald Schmiedbach succeeded him as the head of this institute. Actually, Oswald Schmiedbach is a Russian scientist and pharmacologist that traveled down to Germany in order to learn from the vast knowledge of Rudolf Buchem. And these two scientists are currently regarded as the founding fathers in modern drug discovery. Another important point to know is there are two terminologies that we have been used interchangeably. Drug, medicine. They have been used interchangeably, even though there is actually a difference. When we say drug, simply we mean active pharmaceutical ingredient. Active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is API. While when we say medicine, medicine equal to this API, which also stands as your drug, plus other substances that are added to the drug during formulation in order to add value to that drug in terms of palatability and in terms of easiness to use. These substances are called excipients. Good example, when you are sick in some places, especially rural areas, they can go and get leaves, crush it and give you as a treatment. If they crush leaves and give you as a treatment, then what you are taking is you are actually taking drug. But if, on the other hand, if you decided to add something to that leaves they crush so that to make it palatable, for instance, you decided to add sugar in order to make it sweet, then now what you are taking, this mixture, you are taking mixture of this API plus that sugar you added, you are now taking a medicine. So in simple word, that sugar you have added is an excipient, while the leaves are acting as the API or the drug. This is the simple difference between drugs. Sometimes there is also notional difference. Some people believe that when we say drug, we are talking of hard substances of abuse, while medicine is for therapeutic purposes. Now, look at this simple quiz. Okay, now, the physician, I expect you to give me the answer. The physician prescribed ... for me. A, the physician prescribed drugs for me. B, the physician prescribed ... medicines for me. What is the answer? Tell me your answer. Thank you. Bye-bye.